Rob Pincus here at Ancient City Shooting Range in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. And right now it's not too bad. There might be a little wind, you'll see that pick up. But this morning it was chilly. So here I am, middle of December, getting ready to be the middle of December. Of course, the Western headquarters in Colorado, it's already been cold. But even here in Florida, it does get cold every once in a while. And that means that some people will carry a larger gun. Now, again, I joke a lot about the idea that I'm kind of scrawny. If I'm just wearing a shirt like this, t-shirt and jeans, something like that, it is not super simple without a lot of configuration and potentially uncomfortableness in the holster area for me to conceal a full-size grip. So the Glock 48, I'll be left-handed for this video maybe for a little bit. The Glock 48 is a full-length grip for all practical purposes, like a Glock 19, something like that. I would consider a full-size M&P, full-size Glock, full-size SIG 320 type thing. That's even got a larger grip. And those just aren't the kinds of guns that I carry concealed. Maybe I used to carry Glock 19, Glock 23, switch to a single stack. The XDS 4-inch is what made me switch to a single stack. I really do like the longer barrel and slide configuration, and that's what leads me to the Glock 43L. Now there's other videos and other discussions of this configuration. It's a Glock 43 frame with the 48 slide, call it the 43L. I originally did that with a Glock 19 that was chopped down to take Glock 26 magazines, called it the Glock 26L. As I get more comfortable with carrying single stack, just in terms of the reduced ammunition, the compromise that it is, I've been carrying the 43L a lot since this configuration became available. And of course the XDS 4-inch was discontinued. So I do like having that extra weight out in front of the hand. I also like the longer sight radius in terms of deviation control. So recoil management, deviation control. It's also counterintuitively to some people, it's more comfortable, I think, to carry a slightly longer barrel and slide in appendix carry, because when you sit down, the short barrels and slide will dig into the thighs sometimes, whereas the longer slide will actually ride down in between the legs and curve a little bit, again, depending on what holster you use. I use the Crossbreed holster appendix carry because it does float in there. It's incredibly comfortable, plenty of retention for what I need. I'm a pretty active guy, and that's another video as well. This video is about capacity. And it's about the idea that when I choose to carry this Glock 43L, I am carrying 6+1 rounds. That's it. I'm only carrying 7 rounds. I mean, you go back to the olden days when I was carrying like a full-size 1911. The only time I've carried 7 rounds or less, really, as an adult, would be with a 5-shot revolver, a J-frame, something I just don't generally do. So that's it. That's all you get. 6 rounds, which is worth like $10, I think, today, December 2020. 6+1 rounds is all I get out of that. Now I can have an extended magazine in here. I get 1 extra. So now I'm up to 8 rounds. I'm like the equivalent of a 1911. And as you can see, I have a much more full grip. Now granted, it is chopped a little bit there, so it does conceal a little bit better than the full-size 48. But again, for practical purposes, I'm right back up to a 48. This is only going to be slightly larger with the flush mag. So if I have to think about, well, they're basically the same size. Do I want the extended magazine with the 43L, or do I want the standard magazine with the full-size grip Glock 48? Well, what am I gonna get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds. That's all I'm gonna get. And everybody who knows me knows that I hate to manually unload a magazine. But right now, again, ammunition shortage, it would be gratuitous to shoot just so that I could count to 10 and show you how many rounds were actually in that gun. So what happens? Well, innovation and evolution and the aftermarket answering the questions, hey, why didn't Glock do this? Because it seems like it would be technically capable or technologically feasible. Shield Arms shows up with the 15-round magazines for the Glock 48. And now, the minute it gets a little cool, because these now exist, I'm immediately thinking, 43L, I love you, but take a nap. Because now, if I can go not just from, 6 rounds to 7 in the magazine, if I can go not just even from 6 rounds or 7 to 10, but I can instead more than double my capacity and go to, I'll do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 here in the Shield magazine for the Glock 48. Well, now it kind of becomes a no-brainer. And I get it. I know there's people out there saying, well, SIG has had the 365 out for a long time. You never jumped into that route. The Hellcat's out there now, and a lot of people like that. Again, haven't made that leap. Glocks are really where I started, but Glocks are big and bulky, right? When I went to modern striker-fired guns, Glock was where I started, but they're kind of bulky and blocky, and the XD really does fit my hand better. The M&P 2.0 fits my hand way better. But this Glock 48 is single stack, and again, scrawny guy carry, I really, really like the idea of that 15-round magazine in the Glock 48. So it's something that I'm going to spend some time with. Obviously, I'm going to be doing some reliability tests. I know that these are hard to get right now, especially the shiny special ones, but so far, so good. Minimal testing out here with it so far today. Just got these in recently, and I did put the metal magazine release on here. Just people were asking me that when they saw that I got these in last week. Yes, or earlier this week. Yes, I did put the metal magazine release on it. You know that metal magazines going into Glock plastic magazine releases will chew them up. So that's my evolution. I'm not carrying this quite yet, but maybe by the end of the day, depending on how much ammunition I decide to put through these mags. I've got several of the black ones. I've got one of the silver ones. Today is the first day I've put the metal magazine catch into this Glock 48. Again, Glock 43L, love it for scrawny guy carry because it does have that flush fit. I can have the second magazine with the extension, but still, these two magazines together, 6 plus 7 give me 13. Either one of these, 15 all by itself. So big fan of Shield Arms. Appreciate what you guys have done. Now, here's the other deal. Let's say this, by the time next summer comes around, wouldn't it be super cool if I could have a flush fitting magazine inside of a Glock 43L that held 10 rounds plus 1, 9 rounds plus 1? I'd take it. 10 rounds total in this package. Shield Arms, make it happen. Meanwhile, thanks for making the Glock 48 a standard type appropriate capacity gun for its size.